Hello and welcome to 4080. I'm making this recording and I've probably already talked to you about it in class, but we're going to be doing something different with this course this year. What I have been dealing with is that because this semester has been shortened, because the last 5 weeks of it you spend in the classrooms, we have less time, but I don't want to shorten any of the information that's so important for classroom management that you need to know. So I was trying to find a more efficient way to get the process to work better, to give you more time to do actual practice with solving problems, and yet get my lectures in so that we can talk through these processes. So I've come up with this method, and it's called flipping classes. It's not, I didn't invent it myself, but I've been reading about it, and it's worked in a couple of past semesters with other things I've done. So several of the chapters and several of my courses are going to be covered online like this with these lectures. I want to go through the process and sort of give you some basic instructions as to what to do as we go through this process. So with the time being shortened, if you watch my ordinarily what you would see me babble on in class, my classroom lectures online, then when we come to class, what we're going to do is actual small group work on solving some problems. I'm going to pass out pieces of paper that say, Sally came to school and did this. Solve it. And use, if you can, the method that we just studied about in this past chapter. So what hopefully it will do is to give your mind and you and your group of people to talk with some experience in working your way through how am I going to solve this problem if it actually happened to me. And I hope that this is going to be a much more useful, more practical use of our time in the classroom to this. So I have a couple of other points that I want to bring up. You still need the information that's in the text. There's so much more that you're going to get from reading through the chapter before you watch this lecture. You're going to see my PowerPoints. I have placed all of the notes from my PowerPoints in my D2L website, so you need to go there and download those PowerPoint notes. You'll see that PowerPoint on the screen here during our lectures. But hopefully as I talk through it, you'll pick up some other pointers and information that we go through. Then once you've got all that business in there, then while you're watching the lectures, if you have a question or something, you have the option, one thing that you don't have in the classroom, of going back in the lecture, backing up literally the video and watching or listening to what I'm talking about and see if you understand the concept better. But if not, write it down and bring those questions with you to class. We're going to try to spend the first few minutes of each class going over questions that anybody might have about what they were supposed to have studied for that day. I am going to be doing some small one-chapter tests as we go through the text on some of the more important chapters of the test, just to keep you on your toes. But make sure you do that. So also at the end of the chapter, read the summaries and the sample questions and the developing your portfolio questions at the end of each chapter. Make sure you read through those because there's some important information that you get through that. So in the process, what I'm going to do is load all these videos up, and if you're watching this video, you've already found the website on YouTube that I've created, my own website channel, where I've loaded these different chapters videos up so that you can just go there, watch the video for a particular chapter. You will then have the advantage then, when it comes to midterms or finals or things like that, to go back and watch the video or the lecture from a previous chapter. You don't have that option with live lectures in class. So I think there's some advantages to this, and what I think is probably the most important advantage is you being able to take the information that we've learned by the lecture and in the chapters and put it together in a practical application in the classroom. I'm going to try to divide the class up into small groups and move those groups around so it's not the same group of people each time, and provide you with practical problems. And then once you've talked through how you're going to solve it, how do you get to the goal behavior? Who else are you going to consult with? What steps do you need to go through in order to get the student to do what it is that you want them to do? And how are you going to know when you get there? Those kinds of questions are the kinds of things that every teacher in the actual classroom go through every day. So getting practice in going through this problem-solving method should help you develop better as a teacher when you get to a classroom. So watch the videos as we go through for each chapter. Make sure you've watched it at least the night before, so when we come into class and we'll go through these problem-solving exercises, that you'll have at least some basis of what we're talking about. Because the ideal thing is for you to take the method we just discussed and use that in solving the problem that I presented for you today, if you can, with that, if that method fits what the problem is in there. So good luck and welcome to 4080. As I said again, I'll see you in class soon. Bye-bye.